What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Freddy's Gym. It's Freddy checking in, and I just wanted to update everybody on my reintroduction of carbohydrates back into my diet. Now, there's been some ups, there's been some downs, and it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows as my body adjusts and gets used to them again. Now, I do have that midday crash after my lunch meal, but I also remember my body doing the same exact thing after I would reverse diet from my bodybuilding shows, and this was simply because I was so depleted and completely overreached. So I do know it's going to get better, as it did in the past with my bodybuilding shows. I do have some positive news. These past couple of days, I'm finally sleeping a lot better, and I actually feel like I'm getting into a full night's rest and getting into deep sleep again. And I am assuming this has to do with my body's cortisol levels finally cooling off. When I wake up in the mornings, I don't feel run down. I'm able to jump out of bed with no issues. And I did have the same exact feeling when I first started the carnivore diet, which I'm assuming a lot of you did as well. But as time went on, this feeling started to disappear, and getting out of bed became a struggle for me. Now with the reintroduction of carbohydrates, I feel that alertness again, and I feel that full night's recovery in the mornings again. And also, I'm feeling much more hydrated. On the carnivore diet, I ended up running into some serious hydration problems and electrolyte issues. I used to have these intense cravings for salt and water. No matter how much I drank, no matter how much salt I added, it just would never go away. Now, after ramping up the carbohydrates, that craving has almost completely disappeared. I'm not needing to salt my food as much, and my craving for water is starting to decrease. Also, the pumps in the gym and out of the gym, they are slowly coming back as well. It is taking my body some time, but I am seeing some improvements, which is helping me stay this path. So, I really think I pushed it way too far when it comes to depletion. I'm still kind of upset with myself for pushing it too far, even when I felt like something was off with the diet. I think it's because that amazing feeling that you feel at first on the carnivore diet, that feeling had me chasing for that same feeling again, if you know what I mean. So because I was feeling so good in the beginning of that carnivore diet, I just, when things started to go wrong, I just kept chasing that feeling. Like I wanted to feel it again. So I was trying different things to see where I went wrong, higher fat, lower fat, eating more, eating less, more salt, less salt, more water, less water. I just kept chasing and chasing because I was craving that feeling again, but it just never came back. In my opinion, I was just slowly depleting myself until my body had enough. Some other things I've noticed since adding carbohydrates back in, my digestion feels a lot better. I can actually feel it working again. It feels like it turned back on for me. I also feel like my body finally let go of some water retention that I was having in my lower abdomen that I noticed. Now, as far as my weight goes, I'm staying pretty steady around 165 pounds at 5'11", and I'm staying pretty lean as well. I am tracking my calories and macros to make sure I don't overdo it, and so that I can keep a closer eye on things as I continue to journal my experience. And right now, my macros are around 200 to 220 grams of protein, 260 to 300 grams of carbohydrates, and 60 to 65 grams of fat. I have definitely been hammering the white rice, the white jasmine rice, and sweet potatoes. Now, I do add in a whey protein shake if I'm out and about and I just can't get home quick enough to cook a meal and I'm a little bit hungry. This does help me stay on track. And one thing I'd like to add as well is that I'm finding that having more things like chicken breasts in the first half of my day helps me keep my protein needs at par. Like it helps me hit my protein earlier on, right? And this actually allows me and gives me enough room, to keep me on track so that, I can have something like ground beef or fattier fish in the evening and still stay consistent with my macros and calories, right? But anyways, guys, that is my update for now. Things are going well, and I'm looking forward to the future. I'm going to keep you guys posted. But if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, like and comment to help me out with the algorithm, and stay tuned for future updates. Until next time, guys, I'll see you soon. Peace.